Yo, what the fuck is up? What's good, dudes? So we got a cool one tonight. We got the homies from Kentucky Irate Fest. We got them big dogs. Check this out. We got CEO Joseph Borland. We got fucking co-founder Mikey Throwdown and co-founder Tracy Cook. What's going on, fellas? How are you?
What's up, man?
Chilling?
What's good?
Yeah,
man?
absolutely, guys.
Glad to be on here.
Yeah, this is an exciting one for sure. So how did Three Diamond Marketing come to be, Joe? Hook it up. Drop that knowledge.
So it's a long story. I'll try to keep it short. I was selling TV advertising for several years at a local station in my hometown, Syracuse, New York, and we got laid off because of COVID. My wife was an esthetician at a spa, a really nice spa up here I'm in West Virginia right now visiting family, but in Syracuse. And we were both laid off, and we were at home, and we just bought our house. Our daughter was just born at the time, so we were like, what are we gonna do? And I had a lot of contacts with my TV station experience and stuff, so I reached out to all my clients, and lucky for me, a bunch of them came over with me and trusted me to do their social media stuff. And then a band took a chance on me, a local band in Rochester. They kind of reached out to me and were like, hey, we need help. And, I took my chance on the band, and then it just kind of grew from there. We started, I had Mike reach out to me, shortly after I signed my first band, and it just kind of came from there. And then I started booking shows for them. Next thing you know, now I'm doing festivals. So, yeah.
Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
Like you've got a pretty stacked lineup too there on Three Diamond Marketing. You got what? Fight from Within, Until the Dead Walk, Autumn Lies Buried.
Yeah, I'm very blessed, man. I mean, they took their chance on me. A lot of it, it just kind of came through, different connections and things. But yeah, right now I have 6 bands: Fight from Within, A Greater Danger, Until the Dead Walk, Autumn Lies Buried, My Own Will, and then the Fallen Prodigy. They're a New York City band. So those are the 6 bands that I work with right now.
All right. And how often do you look to add to your roster?
The funny thing is and Mike knows this too. A lot of bands reach out. It's very tough because we're having a lot of success. A lot of people are kind of starting to hear about me and know about my business. And obviously when you sign bands that aren't local, Until the Dead Walk. And
that probably wasn't the right question or the way to actually format that question. When you're trying to add to your roster, what are you looking for? Like what stands out to you from a band that actually interests you to add to their roster?
So a lot of people have this misconception that like I'm in this for the money, and just like any other job, you do it for money. But me, I'm a metalhead. I travel all over the place. 2019, I went to 34 shows. I'm a metalhead. I travel. I go to a bunch of shows, and my thing is some of these bands like Autumn Lies Buried and Until the Dead Walk, I was a fan of before I even started doing this. I knew their music. I tell Tracy all the time, and Ren from Until the Dead Walk, I'm like, I remember listening to Cannibal Cafe with Tom Barber. I'm like, the fact that I'm able to work with you guys now is just mind-blowing to me, But for now, like with things now, like a band like Tactosa, for instance, a lot of times bands like for instance, Lorna Shore, they're taking that melodic death metal sound, deathcore sound, and Will Ramos is changing the game, and they're getting on Lollapalooza and things. They're different, I'm very close with the guys in Worm Shepherd. They have that Lorna Shore sound as well.
Yes.
But that's kind of like, it's different, it's still kind of taking its own path, and it just has to be something that sounds different. Like Body Snatcher is different. They have their own unique style, like Spite, Body Snatcher. They have that own style of breakdown. But it's really hard to navigate because there's so many different subgenres. So I just really try to find something that catches my ear and makes me think, wow, this band is
this
different.
Not about that copy and paste format. I get it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the motivation behind y'all's the motivation behind the fest inception ultimately.
Well, so I don't really want because it kind of came because we got burned. To be honest with you,
money. Dude, I want so badly to like throw up the goddamn SpongeBob money meme right here, but
so earlier we were kind of talking about that tour that I booked with Filth and all them, and back in like February, March, I booked a tour, and there was a specific festival which will not be named that picked up the tour. They were like, "Yeah, we'll take the tour. You know, we'll put them on the fest. You know, for sure." And then like 6 to 8 weeks goes by, and we had a headliner that was supposed to be on the tour originally that fell off because they had another opportunity, and he just dropped us like outright. They were like, "We don't want any of the bands if we don't have the headliner. We're not paying you. You're out of luck." So I said, "You know what? I'm gonna throw my own festival the same weekend, and you know what? I'm gonna compete with you and see what I do." So when we first started doing it, it was literally me and Tracy and Mike. We talked. We're like, let's do like a 1-day fest. So I started with Impending Doom. I got Impending Doom, and I was like, you know what? And then next thing you know, dude, it just kind of whirlwind. It just took off. You know, I had like, next thing you know, we had like 25 bands. I'm like, well, now we got to do 2 days. And then next thing you know, I'm talking to Peeling Flesh and Snuffed on Sight and all these bands that are like, you know, low-key heavy slam beatdown bands. I'm like, you know what? Why don't we just do like a slam beatdown day? And then I was like, all right, well, now it's a full 3-day fest. You know, so it's funny because, you know, we lost an opportunity with a different fest. You know, and I swung, I took my chance, and here we are. So
I've just got to say that you guys are doing God's work right now. You guys realize this, right? When it comes to the metal world, you guys are doing God's work right now. We don't have any big fests. I'm an old man, okay? I am an old head. I grew up going to Ozfest, fucking Warped Tour, Mayhem Fest, shit like that. And they're not here anymore. We don't have anything. We have nothing. So I'm hoping to fucking God that this is going to work out in such a way that Irate Fest is going to fill that fucking void. You guys have something right now that you could really snowball on and turn into something truly fucking amazing.
Well, we appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I mean, that's another thing too. Like, you know, these festivals nowadays, like, don't get me wrong, Blue Ridge is absolutely incredible. I mean, their lineup is just complete bonkers. I mean, in the same day, you got, on the same weekend, you got Lamb of God, Slipknot, Gojira, you know, Spirit Box. Is that me?
Yeah, no, that's Tracy. He's cutting out.
He's lagging.
Yeah, I don't know what that completely out for a second.
Don't worry about it, Tracy. It's all good, homie. Just hang out.
No, you're cutting out a little bit. You might want to get closer to Wi-Fi.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, like, you see these fests, they're huge fests, but, you know, they kind of mix it with, like, mainstream rock, you know, like Five Finger and Korn, which is fine. I love Korn. You know, I love that style, too, but there's no specific core festival where it's, like, metalcore, deathcore, you know, slam, beatdown. There's nothing that really focuses on that, so that's kind of my goal from the start. So I appreciate your kind words, man, because obviously it means a lot to me. You know, Mayhem Fest and all that, I miss it so much, you know. So
real quick, bear with us here on the cameras for a second, dudes, because let me pull him back down. Until he comes back, everything's janky. Allow him to come back in because it just screws my entire overlay until he comes back with his camera there.
Yeah.
It's all right though. Sorry, y'all. Bear with us here.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Technology's great, man.
There we go. All right. So yeah, dude, like there's we need Irate Fest, dude. Like the bands need you guys.
I'm literally right next to the Wi-Fi. I have no clue why.
Hey, you sound great now, buddy.
You should be good now. You're good now, definitely.
But yeah, man. I mean, thanks. We appreciate it. You know that's our communal goal. With Tracy. Tracy's actually in Louisville. You know, so that's kind of like why it's in Louisville. You know,
right. That was going to be one of my next questions: is why Louisville, Kentucky?
because I mean I've been hosting shows here for at least I think 3 to 4 years pre-COVID. I'm very successful in the market. I'm not really one to boast. I mean I've hosted plenty of shows that sold out, plenty of shows that have done well, plenty of shows that have, you know, just shows in general. Point blank period. Any show I've ever ran has done well. You know, all the bands play, everybody's having a good time. And just having the home field advantage and me having prior everything in the area, it makes it kind of easy, you know. Instead of going somewhere brand new and being like, surprise festival, it's like, hey, you know, I've been running shows here for years and I'm running a festival now. So everybody's like, oh, cool. Like, we trust this guy, you know?
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense.
And Louisville's kind of central. You know, there's a lot of major cities that are within like a 5-hour radius. Like you got Indianapolis, you got Chicago, you got Atlanta. You know, a lot of major cities where metal is huge and they'll travel, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think with the size of the show we're going for, because it's this new venue's 5,200 cap. I think honestly, in Louisville people alone, we could fill that. Not saying I welcome everybody from out of town, but like Louisville has a fantastic scene.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I've played Louisville a few times. Did we lose Tracy again?
Nice.
It's catching up. poor Tracy's got terrible internet connection right now. He's making it work though.
Sucks.
I'm in Kentucky. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all good, man. So during all of this, what challenges have you guys faced while putting this fest together?
Well, I mean, it's tough. I mean, these bands, you know, a lot of them, you think it's just as easy as, hey, you know, here's the money you want, come play, and it just doesn't work that way. You know, you gotta, and kind of we kind of got into it late. You know, like I said, you know, we didn't really start planning this until February, March. So generally, you want to be like Blue Ridge, for instance. You know, they're a year, like 9 months at minimum out. They're starting to plan it. So we kind of had a crunch time. And agents, you know, these agents, they are comfortable. Rightfully so. Any business person, you know, you get comfortable with your contacts, you get comfortable with the people you're already working with. You know, it's almost like why break something that's not, or why fix something that's not broken. You know what I mean? So, who the hell are you, Joe Borland? Who the hell are you, Mike? Who the hell are you, Tracy? People don't know us, so you know we really had. Well, they know Tracy because he's been doing it a lot longer than us. But you know me, and the things that I was going for, and the bands that I was reaching out to. I mean, we're talking huge bands. You know, quite frankly, they were just kind of like, who the hell are you? So it's been a battle, you know, really trying to get and earn the trust of the agents. You know, of course, we've had just general issues with venues and things like that. But to be honest with you, we're very blessed. It's been very smooth sailing for the most part, other than a few hiccups. You know, if every band that initially said yes to us was on this bill, I'm telling you right now, this festival would be even bigger than what it is right now. I mean, we've had a lot of bands say yes, and then, you know, other offers had came up, or they were put on another tour and it had a radius issue, you know, various things. So,
yeah, we had a lot of game changers, and then we had to go find a game changer after that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think that one of the best things though is like when we hit some bands up and they're like, nah, you know, we got stuff going on, and then later on they're like, yo man, you guys still got room over there.
Wait a sec. We changed our minds. Actually, put us on. Shit.
That actually happened yesterday or 2 days ago. It happened. They're like, no, we're good.
Well, wait, you guys weren't kidding about this, were you?
Wait, you got Madball and you got King Hill on the same day? What?
Yeah.
Shit. And you got some fucking throwbacks on there too. Y'all got fucking Rose Funeral coming out. Come on.
Just wait.
I love Kevin.
Just wait. Oh, it gets better. Oh, dude,
yeah.
I want to ask so bad, but you know what? We'll let y'all do your job on that end.
So I'll give you a hint. We're dropping a band tomorrow at noon.
Okay.
They're old school, but they're also new school. They do have new stuff out, but they are a Mayhem Fest band. They've done Warped Tour. They've done Mayhem Fest.
Ooh.
They've done it all. They're very well respected.
Last time
So
they played in Louisville, they
Stacked.
sold out their show in about 20 minutes.
Really?
yeah. So
Yeah.
you'll see tomorrow. A lot of people are going to be happy tomorrow. We got some more surprises coming too. So
Nice.
we still got a lot left. So a lot of people, we get it. They're very anxious to see the headliners. They're very anxious to see the lineup. We've had so much happen where we had a band that was ready to go, and they couldn't get over to America. They were a foreign band,
Right,
so
yeah.
that happened. We had another band that literally was ready to go, and then they stopped being a band. So that happened. So it's just a lot. It's very fluid. We're rolling with the punches, man. We're doing our best, trying to create the best lineup possible.
Real quick, I want to throw this out. If you're in chat right now and watching this and you have questions that you want to ask to, feel free to throw them out there, please.
Yeah. We will not tell you.
I'm watching.
We will not tell you who our Friday headliner is. So stop asking. It'll drop soon.
Oh, look at Kane. I see Kane in here. I'm paying attention to the chat. I've been smirking at it the whole time.
I'm supposed to be asking something, but
yeah, I do this
What's up,
myself.
Kane?
So.
it looks like it would be against TOS for me to ask that question.
But we had a show in Rochester, New York 2 weeks ago, and Autumn Lies Buried was there, and Kane legitimately walked off stage in the middle of their song. Walked off stage, went outside, like in the back, and was still riffing as the show's going on. Their other guitarist, Harry, in Autumn Lies Buried, was in the pit, riffing, and literally fell flat back in the middle of the mosh pit.
Such a phenomenal band. So
The boys,
phenomenal.
they're amazing.
Cool ass dudes.
We got to spend a few days with them going around. They're a good time.
Hell yeah.
They're definitely the boys. It's a fact.
I've never seen them live before, but I'm really looking forward to seeing them here in, I want to say it's August.
Yeah. You said Knoxville?
Yeah, I'm going to be sitting down with Dustin from Filth and Kaylin from Autumn Lies Buried for a segment of King's Wings before their show.
Yeah, that's August 11th.
August 11th. Okay, yeah. So what can fans in attendance expect outside of like watching their favorite bands perform? What else can they expect at Irate Fest?
Like from the bands?
Oh, I mean, like what else you guys got going on other than just watching bands? Like what vendors you guys got lined up? Is there going to be any side stuff at all?
Yeah, I mean, there's. Go ahead.
As he cuts out.
Got plenty of quality food trucks.
Food trucks, okay.
Oh, did I cut out? Yeah.
You're good. Yeah, you're good now.
I'm good now. All right. Quality food trucks. We have plenty. Like we have authentic, an authentic taco stand, gourmet hot dog, Jamaican barbecue. We have a hibachi burrito stand. Hibachi.
Ooh, really?
You got coffee?
Vegan vegetarian options, iced coffee. We're working. I know Hardcore Game is working on a special. It's called the Mosh Pit Pass. Working on that with a few artists where if you buy it, it's a separate package, I believe.
Yes.
The VIP will have a private bar, private bathrooms, cornhole. We'll have an after party for VIP.
So that was going to be another question I was going to follow up with is what does the VIP experience include? So you're saying an after party and what else?
Karaoke, private bathrooms, air conditioning.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, the whole nine, and then to attest to what Tracy was saying, with the mosh thing. So it's actually Hardcore Keem and a member of the Browning.
Okay.
They're doing their own little VIP experience where pretty much you'll be able to possibly meet your favorite bands, get an item signed, take a picture with them. I know we're working on several of the bands kind of getting involved with that. Plus, we're gonna have your thing going on there with the wings. That's another thing we got going on. So, a lot of cool stuff. It's not just gonna be 12 hours of pure heavy. That's obviously gonna happen. Your face is gonna get melted with the bands, but there's gonna be a lot.
Not just the bands, but the heat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
August is better than most months. Like right now, it's super hot in Kentucky, but it's low 80s is what we're expecting for late August.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I was a little worried about it. A little worried because man, I'm a heavy set dude, and I don't expect it to be too fat boy friendly up there. So.
I went down there for a festival in late August. It's not bad.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, someone says in chat, bring the storage the cornstarch, Chris. Your boy Chase.
You got to. Fat boy syndrome. I get it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm working
dude.
on some things to help combat the heat. What I really want to work on is a misting station. If we can get that there,
Ooh,
where
nice.
if you're hot having a moment, we're trying to work on incorporating free water for everybody as well. So because there's no point. I hate who wants to spend $6 on a water at a festival.
Right.
Nobody.
Too true.
Yeah, and on that one question about like other outside of performance with bands, like we have a Discord with a bunch of people in there already. Bands are in there, Keem's in there. So if you go pay attention to our socials and jump in the fan club, we have a fan page on Facebook. We have Discord links in there. I know Twitch. If you like Twitch, you probably like Discord. So more than welcome to check that out. We're gonna try to do other interviews with bands in there. Yeah. Who doesn't want a game with one of their favorite, artists?
Absolutely, I do. Come on. So for those who haven't received a media pass, because obviously we already got so many cool ass media people rolling through. If they've not received their media pass, what's the best way for them to acquire one? Who do they got to contact?
They can fuck off. I'm kidding.
Woo.
I'm kidding. They can hit up. I mean, any of us, or you can do it through the website. There's a media application.
Okay, 10-4. What suggestions or what could you do? What advice could you pass down to bands that didn't make it this year to Irate Fest? What do they need to be doing to make sure they're on it next year?
Yeah, they can always hit us up. I tell everybody that hits me up, because they see that I'm involved and they hit me up, I have them send me their links. You can go to the website and put in an application, send your music. We check all those out. We're not going to forget anybody next year. We look forward to doing this more and more and having more opportunities. So
we try to listen. I mean, we get a lot of, probably at least 10 to 15 inquiries a week, for bands trying to get on. And, it's unfortunate that, it's not unfortunate because it's going to be such a great and successful festival. But we've had a lot of inquiries that we've had to just kind of say, hey, sorry, we're closed for this year. Because it's very fluid. Like I said earlier, there's a lot of things changing, a lot of moving parts. But as long as you get your music into us, you can do it through Facebook Messenger. You can send us, your link tree or whatever you have. Me, Mike, or Tracy will definitely check it out. We also have members of our team that do some of that. They kind of just will listen to it, give it a chance, and let us know what they think.
Hey, I see you, Spite. So. Yeah, and like the people that are trying to get a hold of us now that want to join, there's so many good bands out there. Like, we already had a tough time choosing. Like, if you don't think we didn't sit here and we're like, every time there's only so many like mid-card bands you can get, before we start. And the scene is bumping right now, man. The scene is bumping. So
there's
the lineup alone should have you like eyebrows raised.
Oh yeah, dude, it's the metal fest of the year. Like, no shots at the other fests, but I mean, when you compare the lineup on Irate Fest compared to others, it's a fucking no-brainer.
Thanks, man.
Real quick, we got a couple good questions here in chat. Any info towards fest merch? So I'm assuming they're wanting to know, is there going to be any like just Irate Fest merch?
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead, Tracy. Go ahead.
We're going to have shirts that we're going to give to VIPs. Those are going to be exclusive to VIPs. Then we're also going to sell merch shirts at the Three Diamond Market Infirmary. So Joe will be handling that, and you'll be able to get merch through him.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys saw the Facebook post or Instagram post, but we have my wife is running the table. Pretty much, we're gonna have energy drinks. We're gonna have special kits that'll have Band-Aids. Because the moshing's gonna be obviously complete. I mean, you got peeling flesh and stuffed on site back to back. Good luck.
Right.
So
bring a mouth guard.
Yeah. So we'll have all that stuff, but we'll also have exclusive, like Tracy said, exclusive shirts. We're actually working with a merch company right now who is actually sponsoring our festival to kind of create a exclusive design for us. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And we'll have just general stuff there, and obviously all the bands will have merch, and you'll be able to kind of talk to the bands and pick up some merch from them as well. So,
okay, dope. Someone asks, will there be power outlets? Can people bring RVs?
This is not a camping festival. This is there will be parking. We will encourage Uber just because it's everybody's probably a lot of people are going to be drinking. Please don't drink and drive. There will be plenty of power for the artists and everything, but it's going to be kind of more loud and lifestyle. We might have some power in the VIP. We'll definitely have some power in the VIP, but no, for general admission, it's no.
And there is no room for RVs, but that's not true. We will have room for RVs, but we're not going to have room for tents and things like that. There just isn't an actual camping style.
So there's not going to be room. Wait. So, but there's going to be room for tents for vendors, right?
If you drive your RV and pay the money to park, and you want to sleep in that RV, go ahead. You can't get out of that RV and sleep in your tent.
There's a camping site about 20-25 minutes from the venue if you really want to get your camp on.
I already know there's a bunch of people that are doing that from people.
And then we have a list on our website where there's a bunch of hotels in Louisville where you could take, within a certain radius of the venue where you could, Uber or whatever. And, there's a lot of available options to kind of get your stay.
To loop back towards the power outlets and stuff like that, is there going to be power for vendors?
Yes, we have an insane amount of generators.
Okay, cool.
Food vendors will have their own, and then we're going to line up all the other vendors. So you're gonna have your own vendor booth, ain't you?
Right. So with that being said, should I bring my own generator? Would it be advised for me to bring my own?
You shouldn't need it.
Okay. 10-4.
We have a few
your average person's not going to be able to go plug in their phone and charge it.
Right. Yeah. So bring external battery chargers, dudes, for your phones.
Yeah.
The venue has power completely. It has a great amount of power, and then they also have a few crazy huge generators for no goddamn reason on the on site, just ready for whatever. So and then the production team, they're bringing all their own. So all the power that's there is just there. We're going to use the power that's in grounded for VIP. And then one of them ginormous generators we'll use to, when I say ginormous, I mean it's the size of a shed.
Oof, okay.
It's literally like a whole, I believe it has a diesel motor in it. And that'll be able to power the you guys, the vendors.
Yeah. Let's go. Dope. Any pro tips for those in attendance?
Sunscreen.
Oh yes.
We'll have that as well at the Throwdown.
Yep.
We got bug spray. We got sunscreen and Band-Aids and alcohol wipes. We'll have all that.
I think for bags they have to have clear bags, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yes.
clear bags.
So if you're bringing a backpack, it's got to be see-through.
Yeah, it's got to be completely see-through.
That's an important one because you can think about how many women are going to show up and have to throw away their bags upon entrance.
Yeah.
I think I don't know what can people bring in a small purse as far as women are concerned? I'm not sure what they're doing with that.
See-through.
See-through,
It's
same
just
thing.
more we got to be safe. We're going to have security. We're going to have people being wanded, obviously. But, our main reason for that is just safety. We don't want anybody bringing in any weapons or anything of that nature.
Yep.
Okay. Someone asks, how or when should one receive their VIP tickets?
Oh,
So-
go ahead.
Yes, so everything VIP, every ticket is going to be will call. So pretty much your name is going to be on a list when you show up, and you're going to have a wristband. We're going to give you the wristband, and that wristband is your ticket. So make sure that you keep your wristband. If you're a weekend pass, we're going to have different. It's going to be color coordinated. So if you have a single day pass, we'll give you the single day pass. Obviously, you could take that off when you leave. But if you have a weekend pass, we're going to give you a wristband that you have to wear throughout the weekend. And it'll be color coordinated. Same thing with VIP. VIP, Tracy, you can attest to this as well with the lanyards for VIP, if you want to tell them about that.
Oh, he gives the thumbs up.
Yeah, no, it'd be a good experience. I mean, Louisville, if you go to any show out here, majority are will call. I was going through a lot of the complaints for other festivals last year, and majority of people were complaining about, oh my God, the festival is about to happen, and I still haven't gotten my tickets in the mail. What are we going to do? That is literally a huge problem with other festivals. So by doing will call, that kind of eliminates it. The moment you buy it, you're in the system, you're good. You do not worry about pulling up. Nothing. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
You might be thinking like, wow, how are they going to do that with like so many people? But we're going to have so many people working the gates with alphabetical, so it'll be like A through D and so on and so forth. So each, you're not going to be waiting an hour and a half to get into the show. We're going to make sure it's very fluid. We already have a great system set up, so don't worry about that. We just wanted to make it as seamless and as easy as possible for our fans. So, like Tracy said, me, for instance, I went to Rebel Rock last year, or I was supposed to go to Rebel Rock last year.
Yeah,
and it was all wristbands. It was all color, whatever. And I didn't get it. So I live in Syracuse, New York. I had to fly to Orlando for it with my wife and a bunch of my friends. We went down, and they canceled it like as we were walking in. But the reason I'm telling this story is literally my flight was on Wednesday for the show on Friday, and I didn't get my wristband until Tuesday, literally the day before, and I bought them in March. So I was like, what is going on? I couldn't get a hold of anybody. It was just complete nightmare. So the reason why we're doing it this way, Tracy said it, and I'm telling you now, trust us, it's going to be a seamless, easy transition and easy for you to get into the show working it that way.
I'm excited.
Like Tracy said, you're going to get a shirt for VIP and you're going to get a lanyard. So you'll have a lanyard with that on there as well as a color coordinated wristband for VIP.
Sick. I know there was one other question here. How can I transport the merch I buy? I plan on dropping some stacks, so obviously.
I know.
Sorry, go ahead, Mike.
No, I know. Kane wanted me to show something, but I can't do it on this stream. So
I think man titty's okay. Man titty's okay.
Is that it? It's blocked out. Can't see it. I was born and raised in Syracuse. Oh shit, who's that?
That is Dan from Total Deathcore.
No, I know. Yep.
But yeah, so that the question, how can I transport the merch I buy? I plan on dropping some stacks since, let's say they have more than what's going to fit in a bag. How would they deal with this?
Okay.
That's a great question. We don't have re-entry.
I was going to say there's no ins and outs, I assume.
Yeah, and plus the way that it works, so we're going to have shuttles. Our parking, where our parking is, it is walking distance. It's like less than a half-mile walk.
We're still thinking about the shuttle because it depends on how much parking we need. Right now we have about, I want to say 16 acres that are less than a 5-minute walk from the venue. If you've been to Louder on Life, I've walked like 20-30 minutes to get in. But if we have to end up doing parking that's even further, then yes, we will have the shuttles.
Yeah,
I'm a shuttle, yo. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Grab merch. That's a good question.
To be honest with you, this is the first question that we don't have an answer for.
Right.
I don't want to give you some bullshit answer and be like, yeah.
I
think that's a pretty.
I think at one point we were discussing lockers. To be honest.
Lockers, okay. I mean, to be fair, like when you go to a show, this is a pretty common issue, you know, like most venues don't allow the ins and outs through the front entrance. You know, they might have like a back area where you can smoke, but that's a pretty common issue, is to go to a venue and buy all the merch you want and don't have a spot to put it. And you just kind of have to deal with it.
Bring a bag for your merch, Kane said. I mean, that makes sense. Yeah.
We lost old Tracy again. He's coming back.
But I'm not going to sit here and say, buy all the merch, support all your bands. You know, with today's economy, you know,
yeah, right. Buy it.
Tough enough for them to get to Kentucky, as for some of them. You know, a lot of them, you know, are traveling from California. We got bands coming from California, Washington, Florida, you know, New York, so PA. So, you know, make sure that you're supporting the bands, and you know, I guess
if you can come in your underwear, right? People are gonna have shorts. There's definitely gonna be bands selling shorts. You know,
BeatdownKing.
You know,
everyone can layer the merch and walk around looking like the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
That's what I was gonna say. Well, at first I was gonna say layer yourself, like put two shirts on.
It's body armor for the pit, right?
Exactly. You know.
So obviously I want to be as respectful to your guys' time as possible here. Is there anything else that you guys want to add to? Is there anything else anyone else wants to ask before we wrap this up here with the Irate Fest dudes?
He said Sniper said he plans on buying merch from 20 bands, so help him support.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, brother. Appreciate you, man. Definitely support
thanks
your
band.
For a lot of times too, if you buy something, you know, a lot of times they'll hold it behind the table, you know, if you just ask them, but
true.
Should be an issue.
We'll have a talk about this.
Yeah.
Dope.
I apologize for not having an answer right now for you.
Oh, it's all right.
We'll
Who's gonna dress up at? We lost Tracy again.
Oh man, there he is.
We lost old Tracy again.
Cameras are messed up again.
Well, yeah. Like, lastly, I just want to say thank you so much for the support, man. BeatdownKing, Total Deathcore. You know, we appreciate all you guys. We appreciate all the support. Hearing, you know, a page like Total Deathcore say that this is the fest of the year, it means so much to me and Mike, and I know Tracy too. You know, it's awesome. You know, we're doing our best to give you guys the best possible festival that we can. I will say, a little teaser, this isn't going to be the only Irate festival, guys.
Oh yeah, that was going to be, I wanted to ask about that. What's the future of Irate Festival? What are we doing after this year? Sorry, that one slipped my mind.
To not go into too much detail with you, obviously things might change. Our plan next year is to have multiple Irate festivals throughout the country, different cities, you know.
Okay.
I would like to do a Warped Tour. I would like to do a Warped Tour style where it's the same bands on all the bills. That's obviously the goal. But we have a team of people behind the scenes that.
Yeah,
you know,
it's gonna take some time to get there, you know. But that's the plan.
That's the goal.
That's the end game, right?
Yeah. Yep. This will not be the only. This isn't a one and doneer.
Okay, dope. Yeah, because I'm hoping you guys are gonna do your best to fill that void.
And now, I mean, you see what we've done in the short time that we've had.
Right.
You know, imagine this year, because I've already talked to Mike and Tracy and our team. There's no time off. Once this is done in August, September 1st, baby, we're planning 23.
You know,
we're already talking about.
I've said it for a minute now. You don't go pro on accident, boys. It doesn't stop. You keep grinding.
Constant grind, baby.
Sorry about the camera fuck ups here, boys.
Hardest working man in metal.
Right.
Yes. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix y'all.
I never built a website before, but I could definitely try. Literally, dude built a full functional website in 48 hours.
I tried, man. I tried, dude. You know, I love how he's trying to crop us back in there because we were talking. Yeah, I'm doing a good job.
Well, I'm trying because Tracy dipped out on us, so I'm trying to get y'all.
I appreciate that. No, you're good. He's fixing it though. He's doing a good job doing it.
There we go. That'll work.
Yeah, I just want to see everybody. You know, obviously I do a lot of work. I do a lot of the work that I do for my own reasons too. Like I'm in a band and everything, but I just want to see everybody do more than sit in their hometown and shit. You know, I want to see people get out there. There's so much room for everybody. Like if we all work together, we can all just
high tides raise all ships,
manifest it, man. Manifest.
Absolutely.
Hey, too many people, they get caught up in the whole, wow, oh my God, I don't like the way he acts at shows, and I don't like the way he promotes his band, and blah, 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 blah. Well, that's why you're always going to be in Syracuse. That's why you're always going to be in Rochester. That's why you're always going to be in Albany. Think big, man. The opportunities are there. Metal, I'm telling you right now is the time, because Lorna Shore, man, Lorna Shore, blah, blah, blah. They are changing the game. The fact that they got on Lollapalooza is complete insanity.
Dude, it's nuts. Like,
And
look at
just
Knocked Loose. Like, Knocked Loose
Real.
is
Knocked Loose.
is the beatdown band. Like, you know, hardcore. They're metalcore and stuff, but they got hardcore roots from like the Warriors and stuff, and they were getting thrown on major festivals, like mainstream. Look at Turnstile. Turnstile is playing on K-Rock. What the hell is happening?
Yeah,
What
yeah,
is
exactly.
going on? Turnstile is
You
playing
look
on the
at that.
radio.
You look at when we were young. I mean, that festival is complete chaos, and then you got Knock Loose just chilling in there. Like, why is that 48-year-old Michael who loves Avril Lavigne is going to be chilling, and Garrus is going to come on stage?
Dude, for real.
People are going to go crazy.
Oh,
Love
man.
it.
I've seen it happen already. Like, just there's been such a big, like, I think Blue Ridge really did a number last year, honestly. And it's cool that a lot of these festivals have been bridging the gap, like, and bringing these bands, because I've been waiting for this style of music to get as popular as it is now forever.
That crossover is extremely important. It allows these bands that don't get that type of exposure to get that type of exposure. I mean, like Lorna Shore being on Lollapalooza, like you mentioned, is it's bridging that gap between us and mainstream. You know, those bands need it.
Really, heavy bands. I mean, generally it doesn't happen. I mean, you'll see it every, like Slipknot, for instance. Obviously, their first two albums were just straight up heavy, and then they still have heavy music, don't get me wrong, but they kind of bridged that gap, kind of got more mainstream. I feel like Gojira is kind of that next band to make that leap. You know, look at who's that band that's going on tour with Knock Loose?
I remember Movements. Bro, Movements went on tour with Knock Loose, and Movements is...
But they're huge. They got that song with Ed Sheeran.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah.
I wasn't
And
sure
they're
if
like
that
a
tour
pop.
had
They're like
come
a
and gone.
pop punk band now.
Yeah. Their first album, that first
Dude.
Clown, the album Clown produced, that
Bro.
beats your ass. That
Yo,
album.
Sempiternal, man.
Yep.
That whole album is
Yep.
amazing. Kane says Code Orange.
That's
Code
another
Orange.
one. Code Orange went from playing "This Is Hardcore" all the goddamn time to
Yo, give us a year to put this together, bro.
Yeah.
Give us a year to put this together.
The thing about Code Orange, I saw them in like a rinky. The first time I saw them, they opened up for Hatebreed. It was Fit for an Autopsy, way before. Like I think Joe was brand new. Their singer, he was brand new with them, and then it was Hatebreed, and who else? Can't remember who else it was, but it was Code Orange, and I remember they came out to Forever. And I didn't really know him at that time, but that riff on Forever is just so heavy. I was at this place in Albany. I don't even know, Mike, I don't think it's open anymore. Upstate Concert Hall, I think it closed, right?
Yeah, well, it's Empire now, but it was Upstate before it was Northern Lights. Back in the OG shit, it was called Northern Lights.
Yeah, someone's shooting off fireworks. But yeah, so, and I remember I didn't really know him at the time, and they come out and they, it was pitch black and they just had orange strobe lights going off. And Jamie comes out with his mic stand, or excuse me, he was drumming at the time. He was the drummer, was the singer, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "We're Code Orange from Pittsburgh. Fuck this shit up." And then that Forever riff came on. I'm like, wow, who the fuck is this band? And I remember leaving, going, they're gonna be big, and now they're on tour with Korn. So
they managed to network with the right person, and this is what Irate Fest does, is allows these smaller bands to network with the bigger heads and get noticed.
I try to network with everybody, man. I really do. That's the way to do it.
It's important, especially yourself as a promoter. Yeah.
I've messaged so many people that I had no reason to message and get response. You know what I mean? You just have to put yourself out there.
Yeah. One cool thing was you know, I was a huge fan, and Mike was too, of Strangled. And when they split up,
fuck, man, do not start with me about Strangled, dude. I'm so heartbroken over this fucking band. Still to this day, I watched that goddamn final, the last show. Were you really? I'm jealous because man,
I was there,
that tone, that is a show that I would fucking murder people to, and I couldn't even go.
I drove 14 hours all the way there. Oh man, it was amazing. I'm all over that video.
You know that the members of Peeling Flesh were from Strangled.
Right, yeah, and Cell, correct?
So when I reached out to Peeling Flesh, you know, they were like, yeah, you know, we'd love to do it. And then I got Snuffed on Sight on, and now I'm a big, my friend Josh is like, he loves Snuffed on Sight.
Snuffed on Sight is fucking hard, dear God. The fucking time changes in their shit.
That dude's vocals are just out of control, man. And I remember, and then Peeling Flesh just released their EP like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and they got a feature with Snuffed on Sight. And I was like, I wonder if like they didn't know each other before Irate Fest. Like they knew each other, like they knew of each other, but like they started really communicating with each other because of Irate, because they're both on it. You know, so just stuff like that. It's just so cool to me, you know.
Snuffed on Sight is egregious.
Oh, dude.
It's ignorant, dude. It's ignorant. No clown shit. The fucking time change in that song makes me just.
What was that band? I just found a band today, and I'll just shout them out because it was really cool.
Was that the one you sent in the group messenger?
Yeah.
Really that shit was cool, man. That was good.
Oh, what was it? What was their name? Yeah, you got to peep this. I threw it into the.
Where are you tossing it?
I believe. Oh yeah, it's called Erase. The band's called Erase Them.
Erase Them.
Erase Them. The song's called Jesus Wept. But I don't know why it took me so long to separate that B and T right there. Jesus Wept.
All right, we playing it right now on stream.
Oh, we're gonna play it now on stream. All right, let's do it.
Are we still live?
Yeah, we're still live.
Oh, no.
We're just chilling. Check this out. Erase Them is Travis? Really? Oh, it's Travis from Varials, dude.
Is it really?
What? Oh, it's so good.
Oh, wow.
Bro.
You know what I just found out?
Awesome.
Did you know that the singer from Boundaries, was the singer for Varials when Travis left?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Dude,
that.
I love him. I love Boundaries.
Ah, dude, they're awesome.
Have I ever told you how much I love Boundaries?
Dude, their album, their album, that was one of the best. No one even really talked about
that. Was so I think that last year's album. Oh yeah, I can't even hear the song.
Oh,
I
you
think
can't?
last year. No, it's okay. I'm good.
He's just jamming, man. He's just over here.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
good.
it's fucking.
Yeah, we're like.
It's dirty.
I thought he was all
Oh! Oh my God, dude!
Yeah.
Pulling the key.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude!
Yeah, bro. They kill it.
Why we're doing it again? They're dropping it out again on us here. Sorry, go ahead, boys.
Dude. It's that they slap, dude.
Did you see Keem's reaction to Tactosa? Did you see that?
Nah, I haven't.
Dude, it is awesome.
Dude, they had he broke his headset when he did ours.
Yeah.
This shit was hysterical. We were on Discord
I love
the
you
other
too,
day in that
John.
group. We were on Discord the other day in that group, and he was like, that shit cost me $150, man.
Shit.
I can't see the chat for some reason. I don't know where is it.
You're not gonna be able to see it in Discord. You have to pull it up.
You have to pull it up on Twitch.
Actually, pull up the Twitch.
All right.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. So that's what I'm saying. I got a stream set up, so I got my everything on this side, and I got the stream over here.
Yeah, you would have to actually pull up a separate window, Joe.
The first time I saw No Zodiac was at Coal Fest in Pennsylvania. That lineup was fucking bonkers.
Pretty sure the last time I seen No Zodiac was at Chain Reaction in Anaheim with, I want to say Oceano and Vallarta's Murder, maybe?
I've always wanted to go to that venue.
A hard venue, dude. It's like it's like moshing in a shoebox.
I've wanted to go to that venue ever since I saw the Bury Your Dead video there.
Do it, man. Do it. Make it happen. Great venue.
Yep. I haven't been out to Cali yet. I'd like to.
Well, with the way things are, I'd say with the way things are going for your band, you're probably not going to be too far off from making a nice little Cali trip.
Yeah, we're going close. We're getting close, man. We're gonna be in Vegas. We're getting close.
Fucking A.
We're gonna drop this EP, and it's gonna be a game changer.
You said you got a date in Vegas, you said?
Yeah, so we're on another festival out there.
Okay, yeah, no, dude, Vegas has got a great scene, man.
Yeah, did you know that I do that fest too when we were hungry?
Someone had mentioned that, but like I've not looked at that one. Fill me in here. Who's on that?
Yeah, me and Mike. Yeah, so me and Mike work on that one as well. Their team over there. So they're going for more like a emo rock, MySpace rock kind of. So we just actually we talked about it earlier, so you can't say anything, but we finally got our headliner situation figured out.
Okay.
With them, but like they have bands like Alisana,
Ooh.
like Vampires Everywhere, Palisades, Pink Spiders, Modern Day Escape, bands like that. That's October 20th. So everyone knows When We Were Young. That's Saturday and Sunday in Vegas, and then this is Thursday and Friday. It's a show leading up to it. So
okay.
Definitely check that out as well. I have a link on my Facebook. People know it kind of as Pancakes in the Pit. That's kind of like what it was. You're kind of going after like a Denny's theme. So
yeah, I literally just memed our band onto it, and then I got a hold of Joe, and I was like, hey man, we could probably help them with this.
Yeah.
And that's how it was. The relationship was formed. Like we were gonna. I ended up hitting them up so much. So what I ended up doing is I ended up making memes, and I would just act like we were on the festival essentially, and I would add our own brand stuff to it. And I got so many people reacting with them that they were like, all right, we got to have this kid come. Like obviously, we got to have this dude's band come now. So and it worked, bro. You can't tell me what I do doesn't work, man. You just can't. There's no evidence.
I don't like the way you do things. I'm gonna keep doing things myself. You know what?
Yeah. I don't want your help.
We're not going anywhere.
That's like what fucking JC just said in chat. It says memeing is a form of marketing, and it's fucking true, dude. Because if you can make your shit go viral.
Listen, okay. So the one thing I try to say, because I work with bands on social media and stuff, like so, they already know you do music, right? So take music out of it for a minute and like find something that you can relate with people to, right? Because if people just like you for a human being, they're gonna listen to your music.
Right.
Like if people just vibe with you in general, you're gonna get more of a response. Like all these people that blow up all these different bands, like Lorna Shore had one of the best marketing campaigns like I've ever seen, and they had an army behind them. It didn't even matter. Like their fans were like that. You got to have that if you're gonna expect you gotta build your fan base.
Well, I'm one of the rare few that I actually knew and really liked Will Ramos's previous band.
Oh, dude, I love.
Yeah.
I really liked them a lot, and I remember, I want to say it was like 2016, maybe 2017. It was the tour was Carnifex. It was like a small little tour, but it was Carnifex and Lorna Shore together, and it was when Lorna Shore was new. They had Tom Barber, and
Spice Icon was on that too, right?
No. That one was
Harmony House show.
That was Whitechapel.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I thought the venue was gonna fall down.
That was Suicide Silence when they first got Eddie. That was Suicide Silence, Whitechapel, Despise Icon, Carnifex, and
Oceano. Dude, I thought the fucking venue was gonna fall down.
Despise Icon did MVP, bro. When I tell you the floor was about to cave, literally, dude, this place was like shaking. I'm like, dude, this band is wild.
I looked at my boy Adam, or no, Alex, and we were sitting there, and I just looked at the pit for MVP, and I'm like, I'm going in. I have no choice. It was a disaster.
Yeah, dude.
Disaster.
Well, like I loved the Lorna Shore, their first album, like before Flesh Coffin. And Tom, when I saw him, there's this place in Syracuse called the Lost Horizon. It's a iconic metal venue. You know, so many big bands have been through there, and it's tiny. And I remember after the show, like after their set, I went up to the merch table, and Tom Barber was there, and he still had like his really, I think he still has long hair, but I think he wears it up now. His hair was like down, and he had his big gauges.
Yeah.
And I remember going up to him, I pointed at him, and I was like, "You're gonna be like big," because like he has that presence, you know. Like when he came out on stage with Lorna Shore, and they were like, "Wow!" And then obviously they got CJ, and then that whole thing happened with CJ, and now they got Will, and it's like they just keep,
Bro.
You know, just
The
snowballing.
fucking Lost Horizon. Yo, I went to the Every Time I Die last Syracuse show there. It was like a sardine can. Like if you wanted to you had to like crawl over people. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was incredible. You had
Moshing in a shoebox.
There were two places you could be, on the stage or on top of the crowd.
Yep.
There's no other. There's no.
Yeah.
If you wanted to try, like anytime people tried to dance, you had to literally just like kick people out of your way just to open it up for a second before you crush back together.
You're talking about the Lost?
Yeah, they played Syracuse shows. The guy who ran Syracuse shows had his last show before he moved to North Carolina, and Every Time I Die was on tour. They canceled a spot just to come play that last show because they were his first show. So Every Time I Die was his first show ever, and then they came and played the last show, and it was packed, dude. It was oversold. There's no way the Lost Horizon wasn't oversold that night. It was nuts.
I've been there. There's been shows that I've been to there. It was just like, I mean, Cannibal Corpse, Dying Fetus, you know, Cannibal Corpse. I didn't go, but my buddy Josh went. And he was telling me, he's like, dude.
Yeah, totally. The teacher.
They came out to Scourge of Iron. You know that riff on Scourge of Iron. It's just so sick. And he's like, dude, the walls were like shaking. It was gonna collapse. I'm like, dude. And it's so old, and they haven't done an update in 40 years.
Those small venues are the shit, dude. I remember like Bogies in Albany was just a small square of chaos. Shows back in the day, we used to have shows at a skating rink in Utica back in the day. We used to make jokes. We used to make jokes that like kids are in there losing teeth at night, and kids are coming to skate on them in the morning.
See, I know.
Dude, it was nuts. The scene was crazy back then.
I don't know a whole lot about the East Coast scene. Like I said, I'm still relatively new here, so like you guys are dropping all these venue names. I'm so just uneducated. Like I've played Spinelli's a few times. I've played in Cincinnati, but I've not made it all the way up to Syracuse just yet.
The northeast scene is just different, bro.
Syracuse,
Well, that's that Bishop hardcore scene, dude. That's the roots of fucking pissed off music.
Yeah, I mean, Syracuse, you only have 3 options. You got the Lost Horizon, which we talked about. I think it's like a 250 cap room. Then you got the Westcott Theater. They don't just do metal. I mean, they do a lot of metal. Mostly, like Knock Loose was just there like 3 years ago. Whitechapel's been there. Chelsea Grin.
Joey hates that. No, he does not.
But it's like 800 cap room there. And then you got Sharky's, which they do.
Sharky's is lit, dude.
They do country. I just saw this past week they had Exodus, Municipal Waste. They had Integrity, dude.
Oof.
Ooh, that was cool. Seeing them was awesome. So.
What would be your dream Irate Fest? Like if you could like say next year. Now obviously you don't want to shoot yourself in the foot here, but like next year, if you could have your dream Irate Fest, what would it be? Who would be the headliners? Yeah, who'd be your headliners?
So we've already talked about this. That's a funny thing. I have a complete man crush on Randy Blythe. I love Lamb of God so much, man.
Okay, yeah.
Buried 50 times.
In my opinion, man, they're like, here, I'm a huge Pantera fan. Obviously, If we could somehow work it out to get there's been rumors that they might come back together. Obviously, without Diamond Vinny, they'd have some replacements.
Right.
That would be amazing. And Mike's huge on this, and I wasn't necessarily as much into it as I should have been. But you need to provide with festivals. You have to provide one of a kind experiences. So, bands doing albums front to back exclusively, reunions, or as many as those with the last 10 Seconds of Life. We had no plans of adding them, and they broke up, and now they're back together, and they're actually holding their first show as the new members is going to be at Irate Fest, and they're not even telling us who's on it. It's literally going to be a total surprise. Nobody knows.
Draw alone on the last 10 Seconds of Life coming back is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Yo, dude.
They have a good following. So
next year, bro, there's so many bands that we reached out to. Dude, I would love to get Dillinger back. Right? Yep. Fucking hit them up and pay them something to get Dillinger back. I would love the Chariot to come back.
Mike's such a hardcore kid, man.
Oh, dude. Oh, man. The Warriors. I would love the Warriors to come back out.
Yeah. One band that we actually kind of kicked around was someone like Limp Bizkit. Something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Like a Limp Bizkit, anyone like that, all these festivals, and I'm not hating, like I said, Blue Ridge is just, that lineup is just out of control, man. Acacia Strain is opening the day at 11 a.m.
Yeah, that's insane.
Kudos to those guys, man.
Honestly, they give you serious kudos to them. They give you so much to strive for with that lineup. I mean, it's incredible this year.
Yeah.
But you always want to create something that is gonna have I gotta go because I can only see this at this one festival.
Of course.
That's for me. So next year I really want to kind of focus on that.
Bro, I would love to have Valamaya come out and do Matriarch front to back. That would be
something like that. Exactly.
Yeah, I would fucking drive if they only did that one time, right? Say Thy Art Is Murder was just we're gonna play only our first album, right, at this show, and that's it. We're not doing anywhere else. The draw on something like that would be stupid, Yeah,
and you'd be surprised. We've asked so many bands. Actually, you'll see tomorrow when we announce. But we tried convincing the band that we're announcing tomorrow to do one of their albums exclusively, and because it's so iconic. And they were like, we'll do some songs off it, but we're not gonna do it front to back. We're like, oh, okay. We try to kick that can and get people to kind of think outside the box. Actually, this is it right here. This is the number one besides Lamb of God. If we could get Parkway Drive to do Horizons or Killing with a Smile or Deep Blue front to back only, I'd pay 6 figures, to be honest with you. Because Parkway Drive is one of my bands too, man. I still, their new music is, you can't hate on it, man. You got to respect their hustle, but
of course.
Parkway Drive, man, early 2010s, bro. That is my complete shit. I love it so much. Deep Blue is one of my favorite metal albums. So,
could you imagine the draw if we got a hold of Greg and we got a hold of all the Dillinger guys and we're like, yeah, the Dillinger Escape Plan is coming out and playing this one show here on this day, and that's it. The draw on something like that is ridiculous, and you see Blue Ridge doing it, man. Yeah. They had a lot of bands coming. Fuck, they got Electric Cowboy, they're called now. They haven't been here in a long ass time.
Right.
Shadows Fall got back together. Dude, look at Kitty. They brought Kitty back.
Bro,
that's Ozzy. Dude, I saw that and I'm like, yo, they're trying to bring Ozfest back. Because then they got Slipknot and they got Mudvayne. I knew they were going to get both of them. As soon as I saw Kitty, I was like, you're getting Slipknot and Mudvayne.
That's Ozfest 2004 right there, dude.
That's Ozfest.
I haven't seen Kitty since, dude, I don't know. It was 2009. 2009.
I haven't seen them since Ozfest.
It was the Thrash and Burn tour, dude. It was really weird. They played with, it was Asking Alexandria and Chelsea Grin and Kitty, dude. It was so wild.
Yeah.
I would have went to that.
Another,
Oh yeah, no, it was a banger.
another thing that we were considering was we tried getting what was I gonna say? Because I just saw the Miss May I of the fallen Miss May I doing apologies. Who was it, Mike? I'm trying to think who we had that we Chimera.
Yeah.
Oof.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Chimera is like my number one, like that I never saw. I never got a chance to see him. And a guy that I actually do the advertising for up here in Syracuse, he's a solo act now, and he's like a wedding singer, but he used to be in a band, and they toured with Chimera, and back in like the early 2010s, late 2000s, and he was like, yeah, I could get you on a call with Mark Hunter, and I'm like, what? And then this was before he filled in for Randy on Lamb of God, which that was crazy. I'm like, dude, I considered that it was like a 24-hour thing, and it was in Michigan, but they were like, oh, Mark Hunter's filling in for Randy. I'm like, dude, I am going 100%. But like, I couldn't make it work. I got 3 kids. I couldn't make it work. So I inboxed him. I'm like, dude, like, is there any way of getting Chimera to somehow do our fest? And he was like, and like but it ended up going nowhere. But like things like that, trying to create like that nostalgia, something like a one-of-a-kind experience. That's obviously what we really want to do.
I'd definitely say you guys have your finger on the pulse. I think you guys are gonna do some great things.
Yeah, this is I miss all that stuff, man. Like I miss all these. We used to somewhere COVID happened,
Yep.
and before that we were losing festivals, Warped Tour was huge.
Come back, man. I mean,
Yeah.
People
Mayhem Fest, Ozfest stopped, and no one really picks it up. Hellfest, dude, Hellfest in New York, bro. Oh my god,
back at the Mannydale skating ring, wasn't it?
Dude,
it's crazy.
people are itching for it, man. People are itching for this exact thing.
Yeah.
There
no
absolutely is a market for it, and there's a want for it, man. And like I said earlier, you guys are going to fill that void.
Bro, someone's got to do it. Why not us?
Absolutely.
Yep. All right, fellas, I'm gonna get going. It was
man. Hey, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your time. Really, I do.
Appreciate you having
honored
us
to have
on.
you guys
We appreciate everyone coming. Tomorrow at 12. Stay
Tomorrow
tuned.
at 12. If you're waiting on your tickets, single day tickets are gonna right now. People don't realize it. They're $50 only for a limited time. They're going up in price probably next week. We're not gonna give a definitive date, but we will have the Friday headliner announced within the next probably 10 days as well. What do you say, Mike? Probably the biggest band on the whole bill. Friday's headliner.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Considering
you're gonna be like, what?
Yeah.
So we finally got that worked out. We're gonna get that announced. So just keep your eyes peeled. Monitor the pages.
And then we got a bunch of other little surprises in between for you guys too. So
yeah,
Hell
we might
yeah.
drop. You might think the lineup's done, and then we're just like in the middle of July. Oh yeah, by the way,
bam,
boom.
bam, bam, bam. So,
Hell yeah.
ready for you. Grab your tickets before they go up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I can say.
And one other thing too, we have less than, I think, Mike, what is it, like 30? We have less than 30 VIP tickets available.
Yeah, I think it was less than 30.
Get them while you can.
Yeah, the VIP tickets are almost gone. So if you're thinking about doing VIP, I wouldn't wait much longer.
Yeah.
Scoop them.
All right, guys. Thank you for
All
having
right,
us
boys.
on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys so
Everyone have a
much.
great night. Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Absolutely.
Later, y'all.